welcome to another hair and makeup. I know it's been time and a half, so I'm just gonna go straight in. First thing, I'm just prepping my hair. I didn't feel like wearing a wig this time, so I'm just doing a really simple like slick down look, and just like securing it so that I don't shift around when I'm doing my makeup. Then I'm basically using whatever's left over on my brow brush from the last time I did my brows, just to do like a light kind of fill on my brows. So yeah, just using the leftover product. I did dip back into my eyeliner, but like very, very, very lightly. You can see that it's super light. Yeah, but that's just like kind of the base layer. Now I mixed my LA Gold gel liner with this Ofra lipstick just so I could get a dark brown. I didn't want my brows to be black. And now I'm just using an angled eyeliner brush to fill in each individual hair. You can see I'm not really being that precise. Like, they look a bit crazy right now. Yeah. So I'm just going to tidy up around the top of my brows with leftover product on my brush. Ideally, your brushes will be clean, but, you know, it's not that time yet for me. I'll wash them when I wash them. So now I'm just prepping my lids for my eyeshadow using this LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn. So I'm just putting it all over my lids, bringing it up to the brow so I could also shape the arches of my brows and all of that, making sure that it's all even. 辻金食品工業株式会社本年もよろしくお願いします。Somebody キャッシュバックとか買い替え時の割引とか。And then just to get rid of any like brush lines or patchiness or anything like that, I'm just dabbing my eyelid and under my lower lid so that it's all even and so that we're all ready to go. I'm using the Dupe Factorie Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going in with my transition color, which is kind of like this dull orange, kind of like a sandy orange. I don't really know how to describe it, just so that I can have a nice flawless transition. I'm bringing it all the way up to my brow towards the inner corners of my eye. So then now I'm going in with these two brown shades. I've marked them down below. So I'm going in very roughly. I'm literally just patting it on and then blending it out with my brush. I think it's from BH Cosmetics. I am going to put brush information in the description, so don't worry about that. I know I've been really bad with that. So now I'm just putting in black in the inner and outer corners of my eyelids just so it can have a nice halo effect. So I just keep packing on the product and then just blending it out a bit so that it's not just like two polarized ends are just black. So just blending it out so it's all nice and everything. So now I'm just going back in with concealer so I can create a lighter base for the colors I'm going to put in, because obviously it won't show up on black as nicely as it would when you've prepped your eyelids again. So I'm just patting it. I didn't actually intend for it to be like this neat. I didn't intend for it to be a cut crease, but then I don't know, like it was bothering me, so then it ended up being a cut crease. So yeah, so just packing on the product, and then I went in with this kind of shimmery cranberry color using the Dupe Factorie 35F palette. So I was just packing that on. Unfortunately, my camera did stop working, so I actually put on the Limcrime Diamond Crusher topper on my lids, and that's why you see that like now suddenly there's a jump in the steps. So yeah, so I'm using this sleek Illuminator in Pompeii just as like a first layer on my skin, just so that everything's really nice and flawless. I actually forgot where I got this tip from about putting on an illuminator before foundation. But yeah, after blending it out, I'm putting on my Lancome Teint Visionnaire. Guys, like honestly, like allow me, like it's tough. But yeah, so just putting it on using a foundation brush and then going in with my buffer brush, my Real Techniques buffer brush. And then yeah, so just kind of doing the standard highlighting method. Like I said before, I prefer to do chin, nose, forehead before I do under eyes, because I feel like it's just a lot of product on my face that's sitting and drying while I'm still buffing out other things. So I'm just doing my jaws now, just because, you know, some of us aren't blessed with cheekbones, so you have to manufacture them. And yeah, so now I'm finally just doing my under eyes, just putting some product under my under eyes, and then I'll be using my Real Techniques brush again to buff it out. Just using this W7 Banana Dreams loose powder. It's a really cheap powder, but I actually really like it. It's not as yellow as such a powder, which is really good, because I've been noticing that actually like my body's actually quite pink-ish. So it does look a bit odd when my face is like bright or yellow, orangey, you know, and my body has like a pinkish undertone. And then going in and setting the rest of my face with my Sephora Microsmooth powder, and just going around like the contours of my face, around my nose, around my forehead, my cheekbones, under my chin, before I actually do a powder contour with my MUA Pro Base powder. So usually I try to shy away from contouring because I've never found the right contour color that doesn't show up ashy, but I've just learned to just be super light with my application. Even then, when I'm super light, it does turn out a bit dramatic, as you can see, but I mean, I'm learning to work with it. So now I'm just bronzing over my contoured areas with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer, just so that it's not as harsh. So now I'm using my Ambient Lighting blush, on my cheeks. I'm just, for this one, it's quite a light blush, so I did do quite a few layers. And I actually like the way it turned out when it's more of a dramatic look, because I was scared that it would be a bit too pastel of a pink on my skin. But it actually is more like rosy. It's quite natural. So yeah, so just going all over my lips with my Beauty Bakerie Lip Whip in Crnaberry Stiletto. Like just all over, normal lipstick application. Nothing special about that. And I realized like the color just didn't really make sense with my eye look, so I decided to go in and blend it a bit with my Nars Powermatte Pigment in Wild Night, because it's got more of a purpley color to it, and just blended out the bottom lip as well, so that it kind of was more unified with the eye look instead of looking like two separate looks. Oh, I got my contact lenses from Lash by Faith. They're fresh toned lenses. I adore them. For me, I'm not that good with lenses because I drop them, leave them out dry, and then I soak them afterward. I'm just very bad with contact lenses, but they've held up quite well. So now I'm just highlighting my face with my Makeup Revolution Radiant Light highlighter. And I would say I did, do quite a bit of highlighter. I did go a little bit crazy with it, but I was just really enjoying. So now I'm just going to apply these lashes by Lash by Faith. And yeah, I mean, you can see that I waited a little bit because I wasn't sure about the glue. A lot of people like to apply their lashes with the glue already tacky. I like to put it on like just before it's tacky, like it's still quite wet. So I feel like that gives me more control. If I make a mistake, I can at least pull the lash back off. Instead of when it's tacky, like once you stick it, it's stuck. So yeah, so I'm just kind of shifting it around, seeing, whether or not I need to cut off the ends, which I didn't. It fit perfectly. So yeah, just shifting it around, making sure that the inner corner, because the inner corner is a bitch, making sure that the inner corners aren't floating, and just doing the same thing on the other eye. So now I'm just kind of squeezing the false lashes with my natural lashes with my lash tweezers, and there's the look.